Adhyaya 14 of the White Yajurveda, 31 verses. Or we might better say 34, just as last time. We might better say 61. With steadfast sight and birthplace, thou art steadfast. Settle thou duly in thy steadfast birthplace, rejoicing in the Ukya's first appearance. Here let the Athens, the Avarius, seat thee. Nesting, intelligent, dripping with butter, in the auspicious seat of earth be seated. Let Rudras, Vasus welcome thee with praises. Fill full these prayers for our perpetuous fortune. Here let the Athens, the Avarius, seat thee. Here, guard of strength, with thine own powers be seated for the gods' happiness and great enjoyment, even as a father to his son. Be friendly with easy entrance. Enter with thy body. Here let the Athens, the Avarius, seat thee. Thou art the filling stuff of earth called Apsus. May all the gods celebrate thee with praises, enriched with songs of praise. Prachthas and butters, sit here and give us wealth, with store of children. Here let the Athens, the Avarius, seat thee. Upon the back of Adhyaya I lay thee, the sky's supporter, pillar of the quarters, queen over creatures, wave and drop of waters art thou, and Vaistvakarman is thy Risha. Sukra and Sucha, seasons, both the summer, thou art the innermost cement of Agni. May heaven and earth, may waters, plants, and Agnis help. Separate, accordant by precedence, let all the Agnis twixt the earth and heaven gather round these summer seasons, as the gods gather in their hosts round Indra, firm with that deity, and goddess-like be seated. Associate with the seasons, with the modes, with the gods, with the health-establishing gods, may the Athens, the Avarius, settle thee here for Agni, the Isvanara. Associate with the Vasus, etc. Associate with the Rudras, etc. Associate with the Adityas, etc. Associate with the Visvadevas, etc. Guard thou my breath, guard my outbreathing, guard my thought breathing, guard my through breathing, illumine mine eye with far-reaching vision, give power of hearing to mine ear, pour forth waters, quicken plants, protect bipeds, protect quadrupeds, send rain from heaven. The head is vital vigor, Prajapata became the meter. Royalty is vital vigor, health-giving meter. The supporter is vital vigor. The sovereign lord, the meter. Vishvakarman is vital vigor. Paramashtan, the meter. The he-goat is vital vigor. Excellent, the meter. The bull is vital vigor. Extensive, the meter. Man is vital vigor. Languid, the meter. The tiger is vital vigor. Invincible, the meter. The lion is vital vigor. Covering, the meter. The 4-year bull is vital vigor. Brahate, the meter. The ox is vital vigor. Kakub, the meter. The steer is vital vigor. Sato Brahati, the meter. The bullock is vital vigor. Pankte, the meter. The milch cow is vital vigor. Jagati, the meter. The 18th month calf is vital vigor. Treshtub, the meter. The 2-year-old steer is vital vigor. Viraj, the meter. The 30-month-old ewe is vital vigor. Gayatri, the meter. The 3-year-old steer is vital vigor. Ushne, the meter. The 4-year-old ox is vital vigor. And Ushtub, the meter. Fill up the room, etc. The dappled kine, all sacred songs. Fill up the room, supply the void, then settle steady in thy place. Indra, Agni, and Brihaspati have set thee down in this abode. A dappled kine, who stream with milk, prepare his draught of soma juice. Clans in the birthplace of the gods, in the 3 luminous realms of heaven. All sacred songs have magnified Indra as expansive as the sea, the best of warriors born on cars, the lord, the very lord of strength. Combine ye two and harmonize. Combine ye two and harmonize is not there. Indra and Agni, in its place, securely set, the unshaking brick. Now with thy back, sunderous heaven, and the broad earth and firmament. On the air's back, let Vistvakarman set thee. Thee, the capacious, thee the far extended. Control the air, fix firm the air. Do thou the air no injury, for all breath, out breath, through breath, upward breathing, for high position, for prescribed observance. May Vayu keep thee safe with great well-being, with securest shelter, in the manner of Angeras, with that deity lie steady. Queen art thou, quarter of the east, wide ruler, quarter of the south, west quarter, thou art sovereign, thou autocrat, quarter of the north, queen paramount art thou, the lofty point, on the air's back may Vistvakarman set thee luminous, control all light for all breath, for out breath, up breath, through breath. Thy lord is Vayu, with that deity, Angeras like, lie firm. 2 rainy seasons, Nabas and Nabasya, thou art the innermost cement of Agni. Madhu and Madhava, the 2 spring seasons, thou art the inmost cement of Agni. May heaven and earth, may waters, plants, and Agnis help, separate accordant by precedence. May all the fires twixt heaven and earth, one-minded, well-fitted, gather round these 2 spring seasons, as the gods gathering encompass Indra firm with that deity, and Angeras like, be seated. Isha and Urja, 2 autumnal seasons, thou art the inmost cement of Agni, etc. Preserve my life, preserve my breath, guard mine out-breath, preserve mine eyes, preserve mine ears, strengthen my voice, quicken my mind, preserve myself, vouchsafe me light. Ma meter, Prama meter, Pratimma meter, Asuri Vyas meter, Pankta meter, Ushna meter, Vrhati meter, Rashtub meter, Viraj meter, Gayatri meter, Trashtub meter, Jagati meter, Earth meter, Sky meter, Heaven meter, Years meter, Nakshatras meter, Vak meter, Mind meter, Husbandry meter, Gold meter, Cow meter, She-goat meter, Horse meter, the deity Agni, the deity Vata, the deity Surya, the deity Moon, the deity Vasus, the deity Rudras, the deity Adityas, the deity Marutas, the deity Visvadevas, the deity Brahaspata, the deity Indra, the deity Varuna. Chief art thou, bright supporting firm, thou art the great sustainer earth, thee for life, thee for luster, thee for tillage, thee for peace and rest. Controller brilliant art thou, managing controller, firm sustainer, for strength, for energy thee, for riches thee, for prosperity thee. Fill up the room. Supply the void. Then settle steady in thy place. Indra Agni and Brahaspata have set thee down in this abode. The dappled kine, who stream with milk, prepare his draught of soma juice. Clans in the birthplace of the gods, in 3 luminous realms of heaven. All sacred songs have magnified Indra, expansive as the sea, the best of warriors born on cars, the Lord, the very Lord of strength. The swift, the triple praise song, the shining, the Panchadasa hymn, heaven, the Saptadasa, the supporter, the Ekavimsa speed, the Ashtadasa ardor, the Navadasa triumphant onset, Savimsa vigor, Devavimsa maintenance, Trayovimsa womb, Chaturvimsa embryos, Panchavimsa energy, the Trinava intention, the Eka Trimsa, the basis, the Thriyas Trimsa, the bright one station, the Chetustrimsa, the vault of heaven, the Shatrimsa, the revolving one, the Ashta Chatvarimsa, the support, the four-divisioned praise song. Thou art the portion of Agni, chief control of consecration. The priesthood is saved. The Trivrit Stoma. Thou art the portion of Indra, the sovereignty of Vishnu. The nobility is saved. The Panchadasa Stoma. Thou art the share of the man-beholders, the supremacy of the Creator. The birthplace is saved. The Saptadasa Stoma. Thou art the share of Mitra. The sovereignty of Varuna, rain of heaven and wind are saved. The Ekavimsa Stoma, thou art the share of the Vasus, the sovereignty of the Rudras, quadrupeds are saved. The Chaturvimsa Stoma, thou art the share of the Adityas, the sovereignty of the Marutas, the embryos are saved. The Panchavimsa Stoma, thou art the share of Aditya, the sovereignty of Pushan, strength is saved. The Travastoma, thou art the share of the god Savitar, the sovereignty of Brihaspati, the universal quarters are saved. The Chatushtoma Stoma, thou art the share of the Yavas, the sovereignty of the Ayavas, creatures are saved. The Chatvarimsa Stoma, thou art the share of the Ribus, the sovereignty of the Devas, the being is saved. The Trayatrimsa Stoma, Sahasya, the two winter seasons, thou art the innermost cement of Agni. Madhu and Madhava, the two spring seasons, thou art the innermost cement of Agni. May heaven and earth, may waters, plants, and Agnis help separate accordant my precedence. May all the fires twixt heaven and earth, one-minded, well-fitted, gather round these two spring seasons. As the gods gathering encompass Indra, firm with that deity, Angaras-like be seated. With one, they praised creatures were produced. Prajapati was overlord. With three they praised. The priesthood was created. Brihaspati was overlord. With five they praised. Beings were created. The lord of beings was overlord. With seven they praised. The seven rishis were created. Vatar was overlord. With nine they praised. The fathers were created. Aditya was sovereign lady. With 11 they praised. The seasons were created. The season lords were overlords. With 13 they praised. The months were created. The year was overlord. With 15 they praised. The nobility was created. Indra was overlord. With 17 they praised. Domestic animals were created. Brihaspati was overlord. With 19 they praised. Sudra and Arya were created. Night and day were sovereign ladies. With 21 they praised. Solid-hoofed animals were created. Varuna was overlord. With 23 they praised. Small animals were created. Pushan was overlord. With 25 they praised. Forest animals were created. Vayu was overlord. With 27 they praised. Earth and heaven came apart. Vasus, Rudras, Dityas followed separately, so they were overlords. With 29 they praised. Trees were created. Soma was overlord. With 31 they praised. Creatures were created. The Yavas and the Ayavas were overlords. With 33 they praised. Living beings were happy. Prajapati, the supreme in place, was overlord. The Hamsas homed in light, the Vasus in mid-air, the priests beside the altar, guests within the house, dweller in noblest place, mid-men in truth, and sky born of flood, kind truth, he is the holy law, the great. Knowing of all holy ordinances, Agni be seated in the lap of this thine mother. Do not with heat or glowing flame consume her. Shine thou within her with refulgent luster. Within this fire pan, with this light, O Agni, in thy proper seat, glowing with warmth, be gracious thou, O Jatavedas, unto her. Now it says repeated from 12 to 14, so all sacred songs, and thou be kind, and all this as in verse 10. If it wasn't exactly supposed to be like that, well, they should have been clearer, etc. I'm not always sure what, it's like as before, but is it exactly as before, or is it just a single word replacement, or is it just similar? I'm not entirely sure. So we have from ultimate divinity came different entities, and those different entities made possible the humans and different types of things in our material world. Um, and these are addressed in different ways. But this thing, the void, making the void, well, perhaps devoiding it of what is not right. Like, for example, the end of Ramadan and, the itikaf practice, and also the process of the, what's the Buddhist term for the 10-day thing? Anyways, so basically you take that final step of black alchemy to do away with it. You leave this space. You're making space for the spiritual thing, but it's not blanking your mind. But you may become aware of the spaces in between things, the desires, the thoughts and stuff between the other thoughts. And of course, one of the things you can become aware of is that, you look in and look in and look in and look in, and you find out you're just a bunch of holes and empty space. It's like we're a mesh of flesh that we see is pretty solid, but you look up really close and there's all this empty space in between. And where there's not empty space, you look real close and there's empty space, and then you look in the atoms and all that itself, and then mostly empty space. Vastly empty space. But there's that whole thing of presencing.